Ahoy there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Olusegun here coming of Nusa Capital. Coming to you on a mildly cold morning here in the Southern Hemisphere. And today again, as always, we talk about Bitcoin. And so what should we expect this week? And as always, we look at the weekly chart. And as we can see here on the weekly chart, you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that all indications are above the cloud or the Kumo, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, price action, and of course the Chikou span. Everything is above the cloud. Now, when you have that kind of situation, that tells you it's bullish. However, there are two concerns here. Nothing to panic about, but just slight concerns, which means that you must look at the price action and what happens over time. First, even though it's a bullish action, I beg your pardon, you've got the Kijun-sen above the Tenkan-sen. Now, normally, under normal circumstances, it should be the other way around. That is, this blue line here, the Tenkan-sen should be above the Kijun-sen, but this is above. Concerning, yes. Panic, no. Second thing, the Chikou span. The Chikou span here is not running free. It's caught up within the price. And as I've said to you before, the price can either act as resistance, in other words, stopping the price from going up, or it can act as support, supporting the price so it doesn't fall below a certain level. Here, it looks almost like, it looks closer to support than, resistance. But nevertheless, if the Chikou span gets caught up within the price action, you do have a problem. And you must keep an eye on that. If you look at the market itself here, towards the last candle here, you can see there's a bit of indecisiveness within the battle between the bulls and the bears. But we shall see what wins out. Coming down here to the other indicator, the chop LRSI indicator. The RSI here, the Laguerre, the LRSI, the Laguerre, is looking quite strong and it's above 80. The choppiness, the chop index, that's at about 48.63, still in a safe zone above the 38.2. So there's still some energy within this market. Nevertheless, as I've said before, please look very carefully, keep an eye out when you look at what's going on, particularly above the cloud here. Let's move down to the daily. On the daily chart here, as you can see, Chikou span here is running free. Tenkan-sen is above the Kijun-sen, and of course everything's above the cloud. This makes it very bullish. And the cloud is at an angle, which means that it's quite bullish. And as you can see here, the last candlestick here, very strong price. Coming down here, we can see that the chop index is about 58.57 and the Laguerre is very, very strong. So very positive thing here, extremely positive. And finally, let's go down to the 4-hour chart. Again, as you can see here, bullish, all indications are above the cloud. Nevertheless, you can see that the Kijun-sen is above the Tenkan-sen, and of course you can see the Chikou span is caught up here within the price action. Now, if you look at how the Chikou span, you can see that the Chikou span is stuck almost under one of the candles here. This candle is acting as resistance. Hence, you might see that the price doesn't necessarily rise commensurate to the kind of action that's going on out there. Nevertheless, you can see that that's the indication that the Laguerre says, okay, it gives a buy indication here, it's above 20. And of course, the yellow line here, which is the choppiness index, that's at about 54.15. Plenty of energy within this market. I would suggest that you keep an eye out. As I said, it's still quite bullish. But we should expect price action, as I've said before, sometime between 44 and about 49. Something like that at the moment. It may still go above 50, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, let's go back to the weekly chart and have a quick look at our moving average cloud. And as you can see, you've got 3 candles now above the 20 weekly SMA. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to say very quickly, I've built a cloud here, a moving average cloud. The purple line here is the 21 weekly EMA, while the green line here is the 20 weekly SMA. And as you can see, the two of them are converging. Now, like I said to you before, two things to guarantee that the price actually goes up. One, price action itself needs to be above the 20 weekly, which it already is. But perhaps secondly, to help enhance and confirm that price action movement, you've got to have the 21 weekly going above, crossing over to the upside above the 20 weekly, which is something that is almost coming to fruition, because as you can see here, they're very close by. And their numbers, for the 20 weekly, we've got 42,402. And for the 21 weekly, we've got 41,999. So I think eventually the 21 weekly would definitely cross over to the upside. And when that happens, you can be guaranteed literally that there's going to be a rise in price. Now, something that I came across by accident and watching somebody else talk about, a kind of externality that can affect the price of Bitcoin. Now, I have not really done that much research on it, but I think I should just mention it so that we understand what's going on. And what this person said was that we need to watch the dollar index, the US dollar currency index. And if you look at the weekly here, you can see according to him, he says, I think it's Benjamin Cohen, if I'm right. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. I'm quite sure. And I think it's him that said it. But if it is him, and if you know it's him, please, I would just like to acknowledge that I heard it from him, if he's the one. I can't quite remember now. I've wanted to talk about this for quite a while. And according to this guy, he says we should watch closely of what's going on within dollar index. And that when the dollar index falls, the price of Bitcoin rises. And should the dollar index rise, the price of Bitcoin falls. Now, he seems to have done a lot more research. I need to do some research on it, but if you're somebody who already knows, good luck, please pass the word on to others. And if you've done some research, please put something in the comments. I'll appreciate that so much. So it's something I'm beginning to look at. I'm going to start looking at it, and I'm going to see how true it possibly is. I'm going to probably go back and start looking at do some price comparison and see what happens at certain price points. But particularly when Bitcoin has gone up, or when the dollar index has gone up or gone down, I'll just have a look. But as I said, I have not done the research yet. But I just thought it's something I should mention in passing. Anyway, as you can expect, a lot of exciting times ahead, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, keep your eyes and ears open and your trading sharp. Have a good one.